Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome back to the betting talk. Today we're doing episode 12, which is UFC Fight Night Kape versus Almabayev, which is taking place on March the 1st, 2025, Saturday. We're just going to be talking about my favorite bets for the week, talking about the things that I think are the best, the most worth it when it comes to the props, when it comes to parlays, and when it comes to single lines. We're just going to get right into it, and let's get down and dirty. We're going to be starting off with my first best bet of the evening, which is early on the card, and that is Luana Carolina versus Montana De La Rosa. We're going with Luana Carolina via decision. Now, while I log into Bet365 here, we're going to explain a little bit about my decision. Luana Carolina, just having the age on her side, having the stamina on her side. Montana De La Rosa is a primary wrestler. She does not have good enough stand-up, in my opinion, to hang with Luana Carolina on the feet. And when it comes to takedowns, she only has a 36% takedown accuracy as far as the UFC is concerned. And when it really comes down to it, Luana Carolina having a almost 60% takedown defense stat, you need to take into consideration that she most likely will not be getting taken down. She most likely will be forcing the pressure, and when Montana De La Rosa gasses eventually inside these later rounds, she will have just absolutely no tank. She just seems to fade really early. I actually just realized I said the age. She does have the age advantage. She doesn't actually. Montana De La Rosa is 30 years of age, and she still, every time I watch her, she looks like she's slower and slower. The Andrea Lee fight, arguably, she lost that fight. I don't even think she won that fight, and she's only listed as a plus 110 against Luana Carolina. I'm taking Luana Carolina via decision at a plus 100, which I believe is it is plus 100 is the prop. I think it's decent enough. I don't think you're going to see a finish here. I think the girls can go the distance, and I think Luna takes it home. We're going to move on to the second best bet of the evening. Danny Silva versus Lucas Almeida. Lucas Almeida is just too hittable, bro. I got Danny Silva by knockout. I think he's just going to put him up against the fence and just force his game. I think Lucas Almeida gets a little bit too stiff sometimes. I think when he fights at the apex, he doesn't like the small ring. You've seen it twice now where he stiffens up and he kind of just gets knocked out. I think he needs to utilize the ring a little bit better. I think he needs to stop backing up so much when it comes down to guys who just kind of blitz forward. And Danny Silva is going to be one of those guys that does blitz forward, and he's going to need a lot more than what he's been doing in order to stop Danny Silva. Danny Silva by knockout sitting at plus 225. If you want an early prelim bet, early prelim parlay, Luana Carolina via decision, Danny Silva via knockout, plus 550. I don't mind that. It's pretty good. 5.5 to 1. Or 6.5 to 1 technically, because you get your money back. I love it. Danny Silva, I think, is just too fast in the boxing. I think he's just too overwhelming. I think Lucas Almeida takes another knockout inside of the UFC, and Silva just rolls over him like he's been doing to a couple other guys. We're going to move on to the third best bet of the evening. It's not exactly something we should be betting, but it is there. Shepe Marskal versus Ricardo Ramos. We're going Shepe. Shepe is just kind of dominating the wrestling. He's just overwhelming grappling pressure. He does get cracked sometimes, and he does leave himself open to strong strikes where Ricardo Ramos can utilize that and maybe clip with some unorthodox shots. It's just more or less, I think Shepe might be able to get a finish here. He might be able to get a submission. Ricardo kind of leaves himself open on the ground sometimes, and Shepe's really, really good in the scrambles, really good in following up and mixing it up. And as a minus 500, you'd kind of expect him to be that level. And when it comes down to it, you can see it here. They have Shepe getting a finish. They have Ricardo Ramos and Shepe Marskal knocked to go the distance at a minus 210. I don't mind Shepe by decision. I think he can ride it out, but Shepe by submission, I think, is what you're looking at. The KO prop probably is coming from the fact that they think Ricardo is going to be stuck on the ground in a bad spot and just get ground and pounded out. I don't know if that's going to happen, and I don't know if Shepe really has that one punch power. Like the kicks are nice. He's had a couple punch knockouts, but it's mostly, I believe it's mostly ground and pound as far as I'm aware. So it's going to be interesting to see, but I think Shepe gets it done, and as a minus 500, we're going to lock it in as the third best bet. We're going to move on to the fourth best bet of the evening. We have two honorable mentions before we run it down, two that I couldn't put it on here because I'm not too confident enough. Number one, we're going with Sam Patterson against Danny Barlow. Sam Patterson, phenomenal grappler. We have not seen Danny Barlow against this level of grappler, but we have seen Sam Patterson been knocked out by a lesser grappler or a lesser striker in Yanel Ashmuz. So it's going to be interesting to see if Sam Patterson can survive the first round. If he can, I think he can get a fantastic victory via submission and just absolutely shock the world. But Danny Barlow is a very dangerous striker, and it's too close for my liking. But to be honest, Sam Patterson is a plus 250. I would recognize that as a best bet, seeing as its value. I believe 3.5 to 1 on Sam Patterson is a little bit ridiculous. I don't think there's no respect on the line of Sam Patterson. I think he deserves a little bit more, and I think the submission prop sitting at plus 500, it's kind of a steal. I would take it. I'd look at it. Or just look at the under 2.5 sitting at minus 275. Add it to your parlays. I believe this one's going under. Next for the honorable mentions, we have my buddy Jake. We're going to be doing this where I think we're going to just ask some people their best bets, and for the people who just love Lady Luck and they just want to have a random pick that they can ride along with, we have Mario Pinto money line. That's just the lock. I mean, it is the fan favorite, so Jacob did give me a second one just in case people don't want to ride a minus 550 favor, which, you know, fair. You want to make some money. He did pick against me. He did pick Douglas Silva de Andrade to beat John Castaneda. He believes that Castaneda is going to be able to have a close fight with, Douglas is going to be able to have a close fight with Castaneda, and it's going to be being able to take it on the scorecards with a plus 500 prop. I don't believe that. I think John Castaneda wins, but Jacob is a lucky motherfucker. I'm not going to lie. He does have a horseshoe up his ass, so you can understand that. Most likely, he's going to screw me over there somehow, but I still believe in John Castaneda. We're going to be talking about the fourth best bet now. My favorite bet of the card, Esteban Rivovic might have been it. I was thinking about Haider Emil, another good pick you could have picked, but we're going with Cody Brundage against Julian Marquez. Cody Brundage opens as a plus 170 against Julian Marquez, who opens at a minus 225 as far as I'm concerned. We are now down to the point where Julian Marquez is a minus 125 and Cody Brundage sitting at a plus 100, getting a lot of love from people, seeing as his grappling is much better than Julian Marquez, and the only way Julian Marquez is winning this fight is via knockout. We have not seen a knockout with Julian Marquez inside of the UFC at this point. If he's going to get it, it would be right now. He kind of needs it. He lost on the Ultimate Fighter. He's got 2 chokes against 2 shitty fucking fighters. He's a bum. He's really bad. The only good win on his record's Phil Hawes, and even then, you know, Phil Hawes just ain't it, man. Realistically, Phil Hawes really ain't it. We're going with Cody Brundage. I think his power is there. I think his grappling ability is there. I think the ground and pound potential is definitely there. I think he mixes it up in the fight. He moves well. He's kind of a can destroyer, to be completely fair. And I think Julian Marquez is so shit that he's just going to walk over him. At a plus 100, it's kind of a steal. Plus 150 was way better. I think if it gets into negative minus 110 territory, it's going to be at that point where you start stepping away because it's not worth the value anymore. If you start seeing it get to a negative, like minus 130, minus 140, closer to fight time, you might want to drop some money on Julian Marquez because you have to play statistics on this one because this one's really close. I like Cody Brundage though. In general, I think his fighting ability is better. I think as a fighter, he's significantly better than Julian Marquez ever was. I think Marquez is a genuine can, and I don't think he deserves to be inside of the UFC. Now we're going to move on to the prop section real quick. We're going to run down some of the favorite props of the night, and then we're going to move into parlays and get you guys out of here nice and early, seeing as we're only, 9 minutes in. There you go. We don't need to talk that much, and I'm just going to double check while I'm on the side here. I'm quite sure that this is the Betting Top episode 12. I'm pretty sure I forget every single time that I do one of these. I forget what episode that we're on. I don't know how that happens every time. We are on episode 13. Nope. Oh, wow, that's just embarrassing. It says episode, no, we're on episode 13. It says episode 11 in the thumbnail, but it's actually episode 12. So we're actually on episode 13. That is really embarrassing. We need to fix that at some point. That's really embarrassing. I don't know how that has a like. That's a terrible video. That thumbnail does not make any sense. Anyway, let's move on to the props real quick. Charles Johnson, Ramazan Tamarov. Tamarov gasses out and gets knocked out plus 750. I mean, it's live. Charles Johnson knocked out Joshua Van. He has real power. It's real. It exists. Charles Johnson can lock up Darces too. He has those long, super long arms. I mean, under, not to go the distance, plus 130. You could chalk on a couple parlays. It's a super boosted bet. Charles Johnson under 2.5 rounds. I mean, I don't mind it. Andrea Lee, JJ Aldrich. JJ Aldrich via decision, minus 150. Yeah, most likely. Andrea Lee sucks. She's terrible. Danny Silva, Lucas Almeida. Danny Silva via finish. Let's see what it pays. There you go, plus 140. Take it all day. That's actually not bad. I would love that bet. I actually might add that into a parlay right now, right after we're done talking. John Castaneda versus Douglas Silva de Andrade. Not to go the distance is live. John Castaneda is able to get it done anywhere. Silva de Andrade, very decent in the striking. More of a decision guy, likes to point fight. Shepe to win inside the distance, sitting at a minus 145. I don't mind it, but I think more or less we're going to a decision probably. I actually do think we're going to, no, opposite. I think we're going to a finish, but something's itching at me here. I think something's up with the Hicardo, bro. This fucking wonky eye that I'm looking at it's talking to me, bro. Excuse me. Most likely Mario Pinto first round. Knockout. Austin Link sucks. Danny Barlow versus Sam Patterson. Sam Patterson via submission plus 500. Sam Patterson, under 2.5 rounds, sitting at a plus 375. I don't mind that. Hyder Emil. I like Hyder Emil, plus 170. Hyder Emil by knockout plus 450. I don't mind it. Nasrat Haqparast versus Esteban Ribovic. I like Ribovic by knockout. I think Haqparast gets drained too easily. I think he's going to wilt away in the second and third rounds. Cody Brunage, Julian Marquez. Cody Brunage by knockout is really live, plus 250. And then you have Manel Cap, Azu Almabayev. Manel Cap's going to teach Azu Almabayev a lesson. Let's talk parlays real quick. Early parlay that I like a lot. All favorites. You're sitting at a plus 366. I think the only sketchy one there is Johnson. I think Johnson's just going to have a tough time with Tamarov and that power inside that first round. If we get past that first round, we're going to have a good time. If you want to take the absolute locks that I took, I'll show you the parlay I took real quick. We did Charles Johnson, Luana Carolina, JJ Aldrich, Danny Silva, and then we did, where is he here? We did Cody Brunage, and that's the 5 leg parlay we put together. Plus 1, 2, 5, 6, 13.5 to 1. It gives you decent enough money. It is a pretty long parlay though. If you want to keep it short, get some plus money love in there. Honestly, dude, this seems like a lock to me. This seems like a lock. Cody Brunage, Danny Silva, JJ Aldrich plus 336. I don't mind that, dude. $50 pays $226. That actually is a really good parlay. The problem is this parlay is this fucking card is so hard to bet. I think we're gonna bet a cycle parlay too. We're gonna go Hyder Emil by KO plus 450. I think I just had a voice crack there too. Sam Patterson by submission plus 3,200. And since we're fucking savages, Luana Carolina by decision plus 6,500. Put $15 on there, win $1,000, walk away. Be happy with your life. Be excited something happened. You feel me? There's not much more you can do, really. Like, if you really want to be a savage, you want to do, like, Cody Brunage by knockout. You want to do Ribovic. No, not Ribovic. You want to do, like, Mario Pinto by knockout, because that's probably going to happen. You want to do Shepe inside distance, because you're a savage. You're a sick bastard, and you need to win money. You got rent coming up. You gambled everything away. You're trying your best here. We're going to do Danny Silva inside the distance here. Love it, love it, love it. There you go. Not bad. $25 gets you $600, man. Get that fucking rent money. Get that rent money. No? No good? I thought it was good. That's just me. I think we're going to end it there. That's a good parlay to end it on. I love it. Listen, this week is hard. This week is really, really hard to bet. If you guys win this week, you guys are kings. You guys are absolute kings and queens. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see how good you guys really are. If you guys have something that you really like, drop it in the comments below. I'd love to see it. I want to see what you guys did this week. I want to see if you guys studied a little bit, see what you got on tape, see if you saw anything that I'd like to know about. I mean, I love Sam Patterson's ability against Danny Barlow. I think Danny Barlow is just a little overconfident. I think Andrea Lee's gone inside the UFC. I think she's done. She opened as like a minus 120 and fucking plus 170 now. Just get rid of her. Get rid of her. She's not winning this fight. There's no way. I don't believe it. Anyway, that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Again, this was the betting talk. We do this every single Thursday or Friday if we can. And we're going to be dropping, we're trying to be dropping the reactions videos for last week today, Friday the 28th. We're going to see if we can get it done. Hopefully you guys all enjoy. I will see you tomorrow, Saturday, March the 1st for the UFC Live starting at 4 p.m. EST. I'll talk to you later. Peace.